Welcome to Bricks of Norway. Hi there, my name is Paul. My video about the 10497 Galaxy Explorer, the new version of the old LL928 set from 1979, is by far my most popular video with over 500 views. And for me, as a small-time YouTuber which normally gets around 20 or 30 or 40 views, over 500 views are a big deal. Well, thank you very much for all that watched my video, and hopefully I will have something that you would like to see in this video as well, and hopefully I'll get out to you. As I said in my video about the 10497 Galaxy Explorer, I love the new version of the Galaxy Explorer. I really do. But there is something missing. The Moonbase and the Landing Plate. And LEGO has been honest about that would be too hard, too difficult to reproduce in the scale of the modern LL928. Earlier in July, my local lug, Brikkelauget, announced a building contest with the deadline on the 10th of August. And after thinking a couple of minutes, I figured I'll try to design a modern take on the Moonbase for the LL928 and the landing field. So I sat down with Studio and started designing. Within a couple of days, I had a design that I was satisfied with and could start ordering parts. Ordering parts in the middle of July is difficult when most people here in Norway are on holiday at that time. And some of the biggest brickling stores here in Norway had closed for summer vacation. So it took a lot of orders from other Norwegian brickling stores, and someone had a lot of the bricks I needed, but not as much as one of them I tried to buy from. That had most of it. I also had to do quite some orders from else in Europe to get all the parts I needed. And I was a bit nervous because the order with the base plates was the last one to arrive, 9 days before the deadline. And at that time I had already ordered a couple of extra base plates together with the 10497 Galaxy Explorer. As soon as I had built the new Galaxy Explorer and made my video and uploaded that to YouTube, I started building my take on the modern Moonbase and the landing field. So let's start with the landing field. So I just looked at the picture of one of the old one of the old versions of the old landing field from the set 306, or the one that followed with the set 928 or 497 in the US, the old LL928. And I started designing, and since the old one used a 32 by 32 stud base plate and the new LL928 is 1.5 times bigger, well, then you have to use the 48 by 48 stud base plate. That's exactly 1.5 times. Some would say that this one is too small for the new LL928. Well, so were the old one as well. That's too small for the LL928, the old one. And this is not a hard thing to build. It's just a base plate with lots of tiles on it and the lamps. So this was just a matter of figuring out where to place the tiles. So what about the Moonbase then? Here it is. It's big. Well, the base is not that big, but it's bigger than in the old one. And designing the landscape, the craters on the lunar surface was much harder than designing the landing field with just tiles. The craters consist of lots of different parts. I wanted to kind of reproduce the old the craters from sets 305. So that's why I've designed this to look pretty much like that one, but with bricks. So there are lots of, well, there are bricks in here, there are slopes, sea slopes, tiles. Yeah, that's mostly what it is. And of course we have to have the little hut, shed, with some computer screens. This one has some more computer screens. There's room for 2 astronauts there. It has the antenna on top. Well, a modern version of the antenna, since the one that came with a 928-497 set is quite expensive to buy. And you have the radar dish. This one is a little bit upgraded with 2 dishes, and this one can rotate compared to the old one. And some details on the back side. I tried to make it a bit bigger, and the platform that the shed is built on is also bigger, and a wider staircase. And that's about what you have in the original Moonbase. But as with the new LL928 in the set 10497, it has some twists. It's a modern take, and it has some improvements. So I had to make someone myself. Just making the radar dish turn wasn't enough. So I added something here on the side here that could be used for, well, perhaps powering the lunar station, Moonbase. And it's probably using some heating from some kind of geo heating from the ground or something, with the pipes running down in the ground. And I've used one old part in this set that's not that easy to get hold of. The flag from set number 6970, Beta 1 command base. I had a look at Brikkelauget what that would cost me, and the only one I found was around €50 or $50, a little bit over $50. That's quite expensive for one part. So I had to borrow this one from my 6970 Beta 1 command base. There are some modern versions of the flag. I found 3 of them. And I had one of them. For this build, when I was participating in the contest, I used this, the old one. But when this flag is going back to the 6970 Beta 1 command base set, so I have to use a modern version. So I'll have to see which one of the 3 modern versions I'll buy. I have one of them, as I said. I need to try to find a pole that's a little bit higher than the normal antenna, in white, I think, to use with that. And these are astronauts from the 10497 set. There are 4 of them here, 2 red and 2 white. And if you look inside, the screens are the same screens that I used in the 10497 Galaxy Explorer set. Some of them have been released earlier, and some of them are new. They are not that easy to find on Brikkelauget. I found one place that sold them, each costing almost €4. They're quite expensive. These legs are the same that I use as on the tail of the 10497. Those can be ordered on Brikkelauget without any problem. Most parts are not that hard to get hold of, but some of the slopes and here are a little bit difficult. But it's manageable. as one that I didn't, one piece that I didn't buy because it was too expensive. There are not that many expensive parts else. I think, well, the dish is a 10 stud wide dish, so it's not that common, but you can use an 8. A couple of versions of the 10 stud, that's possible. The ladder shouldn't be that much of a problem to get on a 6x6 dish. Should be easy to get. This tank should be easy to build, and things, well, call it a generator. Another thing, this is built with light bluish gray instead of the old light gray. So it's using the same color scheme as the new 10497 Galaxy Explorer to match that better. And the blue is the same, and there are some, well, there's another bold part here, the space logo. But if you want to, you can order the logo placed in front of the windshield on the 10497. I use that on the side. That's possible. And these windows might not be that common anymore. I'm not sure when they stop producing them, but they're not that hard to get hold of on Bricklink. That shouldn't be much of a problem. So I'm quite happy with this. As I said, I built this for to participate in a building contest. The deadline is, as I said, on the 10th of August, aka today, when I'm making this video. And this MOOC, or perhaps it's a mod because it's just a large Moonbase from the set 9 to 8. So I guess it's just a mod. I'll keep the Moonbase and the landing field together with the 10497 in my shelf. I hope that you like what I built, and I hope that people will like it in the contest that I've entered. So far there haven't been that many participants, but the deadline is not over yet, so by the time this video will be released, the deadline will be over. But I'm quite happy with it, and hopefully someone else gets inspired to build something like it. I made IO files from Studio because it's designed in Studio. I designed everything in Studio and to get the part list, and since I didn't have any of the parts I needed, almost none of the parts I needed, so I designed in Studio, ordered parts, started building from the model in the Studio without any instructions. When I was done when it was like the model, I started fine-tuning and changing different parts to make it look better, as it was easier to see when I saw it with my own eyes. And then I have updated the Studio file. So I made a separate Studio file for the landing field. I also made a Studio file for the T section, the road with the T shape. And I think I'll upload those to Brikkelauget, my account at Brikkelauget. So if anyone wants to make the same without having to invent the wheel yourself, you can just download the instructions from Brikkelauget when I upload them there. And I think I'll try to make instructions for the base plate with the craters, and I'll try to make instructions for the Moonbase in case anyone wants to try to build something like it. You don't have to follow the instructions 100%, you can make some tweaks, but if you want some inspiration and something to start with, you can use instructions. I'll make separate files, and so it's easier to download just what you want, and sometimes you would like to build just a crater and have an empty crater, as in the old base plates, or for building something else. Hope you like my build, and hope to see you again soon. So please like and subscribe. Enjoy!